Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Robb Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Live from Podville Media in Washington, D.C. and around the world, you are listening to The Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome to the party. And please join us along with our friends in great places like Dallas Town Borough, Pennsylvania, Ulysses, New York, St. George's, Bermuda, Sugar Teat, South Carolina, Columbus, Mississippi, and I'll try again. Let's see, it's 3 days in a row now. Quetzaltenango, Guatemala. Quetzaltenango.
There you go. Just say it like
Guatemala.
The old man. Yeah.
We are here in Southwest Florida. Rob's in Washington. Oscar's in Los Angeles for the last day, right? And you're coming back. You'll be back in D.C. tomorrow?
I fly out in 2 hours.
Oh, my God. What a trooper. The man is, I'm not going to be able to ever get away with going somewhere and not doing a show, but I will. But I will always, he will always have the card that he can play where it's like, I've done a show everywhere I've gone. I've done a show everywhere I've gone.
Your impression is almost as good as Charlie Burney's, Mike.
Thank you. But please come back, Oscar. Please.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
We're good. Today was just one more day would have been a little shaky for me. Today was close, but, we're good. We're rocking and rolling. Now, I've been playing with sound for the entire time. I got this new board, and it's really a lot of fun. And I've been going through a lot of my old downloads. My computer is absolutely jammed with stuff from many, 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 many years.
May I ask a question?
Doing this show.
All the stuff that I've sent you through the years, is it living in that computer still somewhere?
I don't know about your stuff, but I think that what I'm talking about is in specifically recordings that I've made over the years.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I found today, because, people send me stuff or post stuff of babies laughing because they know it's one of my favorite sounds in the world. I recorded in the year 2015, which, man, seems so long ago.
8 years ago.
It's just so weird. This is Michael laughing at the age of 21 months old. And I, as I was driving along today with my 9-year-old in the back of the car, and he's doing ball jokes, which seems to be his main thing. This is how cute he is, though. He's still 9. So they're doing Friday a show. They're doing some kind of show. Don't know exactly what it is, but it's a show. He's got lines and everything. But guess what he's most excited about? The music teacher at his school has tasked him with opening the curtain. He gets to open the curtain.
That's
do
pretty
the full
cool,
thing
though.
Where he gets to open the curtain. That's his
As a
biggest
kid.
thing.
Yeah.
That's a kid all the way.
Yeah,
that he
that's
wants
action.
to do.
Yeah.
So I proved to him today that I can still make him. I was able to make him laugh right after he was born, and I can still make him laugh today. So without further ado, I give you my son at 21 months old. Let's listen. I don't know what I'm doing. It's a visual. It's some kind of visual. You're hearing that, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
I was trying to figure out what it is.
I think I'm showing him my belly. Yeah, that's a belly shot right there. That's me going. And that was Mom. At the end there.
You know what? That confirms something that I've always said, and there's, people having kids all the time. It's so easy to videotape children, and people do it all the time on their phones.
Yeah.
I have a lot of film of my kids, but there's nothing more precious to me than the audio. And I don't.
In my mind, 1,000%.
And I think it's because they're less aware of it if you're recording audio, and it's just it's more intimate or somehow.
It's totally more intimate. It's better to have.
Yes.
I treasure these. We had a moment, one thing, watching movies or videos is fine, and it's great to see him, but you see more of them. But to hear an audio that I took out, and I brought that out, And I got a few of them, and I'll be doing that throughout the year.
Do you ever play them for him?
I played them for him this morning before he went to school. And it was just it was a moment, and the old clock on the wall. Tick tock, tick tock.
Yeah.
As it moves along. But anyway, it balanced out.
How does he respond as a kid?
He crawled over into my lap, and he was next to my computer, and he was smiling broadly.
Aww.
So I guess the reaction would be really positive. And that's after I whacked him yesterday.
Ooh.
And he accused me of child abuse.
Did you tape that?
No, I did not.
Oh,
no.
it's a shame.
So he had Spanish. He does Spanish at 5 o'clock because they had a story of a kid that was accepted. I believe he got 100 and something along the lines of 125 scholarship offers.
Yeah.
Like the most in history of $9 million in scholarships this kid was offered. And I'm reading it, and I'm reading the article, and I see that the kid is fluent in Spanish. And that's a big feather in his cap. He's also leadership. He's a brilliant 4.98, which is, I don't even know how you get that, but a 4.98
AP classes.
AP college courses that he's taking. And he's just an overachiever and doing really well and got all these scholarship offers. And I thought it was fascinating. And so I told Michael, I said, yeah, this is what's Spanish. That was later. Earlier in the day, I thought he was gaming and not connecting with his Spanish teacher. And now when Michael wants to correct me, he will look at me and go, Dad, I'm doing it this way. And I'd had enough of that.
Sure.
And so it's just a little gentle reminder on the butt. Just a little, hey, you don't talk to me like that in my own house. Every parent's gone through that.
Sure.
And then I couldn't help. I shouldn't have laughed at it, but he came at. I said, Michael, I got upset. I said, it's never appropriate to do what I did. But he said, yeah, Dad. Yeah, Dad, that's child abuse, with a big grin on his face. And it was like in today's world, they're knowledgeable, right?
Yeah,
aren't there kids that try to really legitimately torpedo their parents, right? Where they'll do that all the time, right? That happens all. What are you going to do if you have kids, Oscar? I mean,
I'm going to beat them.
And shield them from all knowledge of child abuse so they can't turn it around, right?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Did you at any point say, I don't ask much from you, boy?
Why can't you treat me like I'm entitled to?
You flicked him, right? You didn't, punch him.
What is it? What did your mom call it when she'd thump your ear? She had a name for that. Like
Cocacho.
That's it, yeah.
I give him a little cocacho on the side of the leg. It's like, hey, kind of a wake-up call. That's what it was.
Yeah, man, that's not a strike. It's more of like, hey, buddy, let's get it together.
It's a love
tap.
But
I think when you do that and you never do it, you get their attention. And, the whole gaming issue, that's the issue. I haven't read the article about what damage gaming does. I hate that. I don't want to read it. I've got my head in the sand. I look at it as his interaction with other kids. If he wasn't interacting with his pals from school and around the area, I might feel differently, but I'll probably dive in. I think it's the first addiction. That's how I would describe the gaming addiction.
A gateway drug?
Well, no. I mean, it is addicting. It is he's a different child when he's there, and when you try to tear him away from him, he's like, I'm in a match. I'm in a match right now. Yeah. It's his match. He's playing competitive Fortnite all the time.
They think they're saving lives, and they're just playing games.
They're playing games. So I don't know. I'd love to have a deep dive on it sometime. Maybe we can discuss that at another time and go into whether, how do you control it? What are you supposed to do? That type of thing.
Robert,
but anyway, we have great energy and great wit, and we're moving right along now.
Robert sort of grew out of it.
Okay,
he does. I mean, I think it can be sort of a natural cycle because he was at that exact age. He was doing that exact same thing, and he wasn't like Julia. He wasn't trying to craft it. He wasn't evil about it. He was just a great.
Would you like to remind our listeners why? You called Julia Dillinger, John Dillinger, like she was a criminal.
She created an alter ego online, and when we asked her about it and sent her to her room, in about 2 minutes, she erased her entire computer history, so we couldn't totally catch her at it. And so she
had a separate account with a different name.
Julia Jellybean was her name.
Did you ever find out anything, or did she ever open up now that she's older about what had happened on that and what she was up to?
She was just it was Club Penguin was like social media for 8-year-olds.
I remember that. Is that around anymore, or
I don't know.
Oh no, I don't
think so. That's long gone.
And
right?
so she was way into Club Penguin, and we watched her on that, and it was kind of charming and all that. And then what happened was, this is going behind the scenes. There was a viral video that was sort of circulating around her school, and one of the parents groups sent out a thing that says, you may want to check your child's history to see if they've looked up something called this. And I won't say what it is, but it was absolutely disgusting. And so I went and I got into Julia's computer and I searched that, but I didn't see that. What I saw was a Facebook account for Julia Jellybean, who was presented as older because you had to be a certain age to be on Facebook. And it was nothing, there was nothing evil at play, except I think she was experimenting, and I don't think she understood the innate danger that she was putting herself in, because she was a kid.
Yeah, and it was still new, It was new technology. We were all terrified.
Sunset in 2017, according to the interweb.
Oh, the Club Penguin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Polar ice caps, they melted.
So then when we asked Julia about it, and said, she said yes.
Oscar, how you doing? Let me ask Oscar how he's doing. Oscar tries to come in and do every show, even though. Are you on a time crunch today? You look, you just look a little stressed. Are you a little bit stressed this morning?
I don't know. I wonder who the ogre on the other line is yelling at everybody. I wonder what that feels like. You came in here with bad energy. You're yelling at everybody. We're all just trying to do our best here, Mike. It's 7 a.m. here. God bless.
God bless Mike. And it's 6 a.m.
This is when he spins out. This is when he spins out at me and starts yelling at me.
No.
Yes.
No.
Look at him. He's quiet. He's about to yell at me.
He's not gonna. It's going to be okay.
It's not like he's hitting kids or anything. Oh.
It's going to be okay. Pony, I request you keep your mic off.
That's a good idea.
It's the first time you smiled or laughed during the show, so that's good.
Yeah, because you were in such a crabby mood. We're doing the best we can. We're in 3 different states across the country. This is a miracle that we get to do this. It's supposed to be fun, and you're mad at the world. And what I don't want to do is make you mad because there might be something wrong with my connection, or there might be something off, and I've done everything I can on my end. And I also decided, I said, hey, I don't have to be here today because if it's a bad connection, I don't want to bring down the show. So my talking is minimized because I don't want to make you upset if I have a bad connection. That's true.
We locked in the connection before the show started. We got it right. It just took a while, and it was frustrating.
It is frustrating. You should absolutely be frustrated. My frustration is the same.
Haven't you ever gotten frustrated? And I don't scream that you're mad at the world. I was not mad at the world. As a matter of fact, I had a great morning. I was actually really frustrated at the bad connectivity because yesterday was a very difficult day with technology.
It was tough. Yeah, it was tough yesterday.
So
that's my apprehension of talking. I just don't want to get you
because you thought
upset.
It might be a bad connection.
Well, I don't know because I'm not there. Right? Your connection to me is fantastic. You guys see you guys perfectly. So I can't tell what's happening on my end to you, because it's just been spotty for the first time in the last 5 years.
You've been rock solid the whole show.
Yeah, with even less latency than yesterday.
Great. I'm happy. I try to switch out many cables as possible. But again, I don't know that because we had such a rough start connecting this morning. And I get where you're coming from, Mike. Like and what you don't know, Mike, we stayed on for an hour yesterday after the show to get it dialed in.
So
to connect was frustrating to me to say, like, why did we stay for an hour after the fact to get it dialed in, right?
I don't have the answer because I wasn't here for that.
Correct.
Are you asking that? Are you asking that question, or
I'm asking that question internally for me because if I'm not there, I can't control what's happening on that side of the board.
This is true.
So I don't know. And then in the middle of that conversation, I get a text from Matt that says I have to leave early for an emergency oral surgery appointment, and I'm like, can you just wait till
Life marches on.
Done with the show.
You know
what I'm saying? That's it. That's
the man's
it.
got to take care of his dental health.
I respect that.
Yes.
For years, he neglected it, and we're delighted that he's doing it. I truly am very proud of Pony's mental health. I really wish you would stop picking on him. But
Mike, his
mental or dental?
mental and dental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
dental health, I said.
You said mental?
You did say mental.
I did? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, let me
But that's
correct
okay, 'cause
myself.
his
Let me correct myself. Fuck you. How's that? All right.
No.
That's the tipping point right there. Okay. Dental. Maybe it's my mental health. All right. Just trying to come in here and throw a switch and do a show. That's what I'd love to do, but I never. I never get to. That's frustrating for me. And behind the scenes, people should realize, yes, are we doing it with multiple moving parts? Yeah, we do that all the time. It's it's constant, but it's been problematic this week, and we've done other broadcasts where it wasn't problematic at all, where people have been in other spots. Correct. It's been a little frustrating.
I agree. I agree. So look, I guess some grace is what I was hoping for.
If you weren't like a jumping bean going from room to deck to room to different room every day, perhaps it might be a little more consistent.
It's freezing outside.
What is freezing in Los Angeles?
It can get cold out.
55 degrees.
Oh, okay.
I thought that would get a better reaction, but no, I didn't get a reaction. Oscar and I are having a game of trying not to react. I tried really hard a while back when he was calling me a monster to not react, and I didn't. And then I made a little joke about Oscar hopping from room to room, and he didn't react. And, of course, Robb and Pony don't react to anything, whether we're on air or off air, unless it's something where I'm setting up a bit and I can be interrupted. Then there will be reaction. But, yes, go ahead, Oscar.
May I ask Matt how he's doing? Because...
did you have surgery yesterday?
No, the surgery that I had 2 weeks ago, the one that had the complication. I think the complication is starting to show, and I'm in a lot of pain right now.
Oscar just said 1 minute ago that you had to leave yesterday for an emergency dental procedure.
He said he texted me during the show saying he has to leave right after
this
the
show.
Oh,
this
today.
morning.
Yeah.
This show.
Oh, this morning. Oh, well, what's the nature of your problem?
Just extreme pain from the surgery that didn't go quite as well as it should have gone, and they ended up exposing the root of my tooth, and I'm in a lot of pain right now.
Oh man, that's brutal.
And so I'm going to see them after the show.
Oh, all right. Sorry
What
to
is
hear
it?
that.
What was I remember that it was. I remember that it didn't go especially
Worked, didn't it?
well.
In its real pure form, it really worked there, didn't it?
It did.
I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope you can take care of that.
I remember that the procedure itself didn't go that well, but I don't know that you enumerated that it was left with a nerve exposure. There was a problem. Is that something you were expecting?
No, and originally it was not, but now as the dissolving stitches have dissolved, it turns out they didn't stitch things up quite as well as they probably should have.
This is a little clip we have from Pony's surgery.
Well, this is the initial surgery, and then they had to change what they did.
They had to get a little more torque to get the bad tooth out of the way.
This is
It's an impacted wisdom tooth, is what it is. Right. And then it was such a delicate procedure that everyone came in and applauded the doctor after it was done. So that's dental pains. No. Well, how is this doctor? Because haven't you complained about other problems you've had with this particular person?
No, this is the only
that's
time I
enough.
went
Thank
there.
you. What?
This is the only time I've been to this doctor, and it's certainly going to be the last time that I go to this doctor.
And this doctor works in a strip mall, right?
Yes, right next to my apartment.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Oh, that's right. This is the
That's
guy
high.
you went
That's
to.
high. That's a high rent.
It is.
So it's
It is.
good.
It's not a strip mall.
But you did it. But let's make sure we know the main reason you went was out of convenience, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
You
Okay,
wanted a
which is
dentist
not-
you could walk to.
Yeah, but they were also rated well. I mean, they had 5 stars on Yelp.
Mike, do you
What more do I
oftentimes
need?
look to Yelp for medical care?
Always.
Yeah,
always.
me too.
Now, why go
Angie's
to health
List.
grades? Why do that when you can go to Yelp?
Why actually speak to people that you know?
I don't even know
Karen,
if
I
it was Yelp.
need you to, the doctor's in the office now going, Karen, I need you to write another positive review, please.
Yes, and
Thank
there's on the positive review. There's also for some reason a picture of veal parmesan. I don't know. I don't know why.
So
It's always the broken English reviews where like, this dentist, great, 5 stars.
right.
And you know those.
Good pay bill.
So what are you going back to him to have it fixed, or are you going to another guy?
I'm going in to have them take a look at it and see how the surgical site looks, and depending on the answer that they give me, I'll probably go to the other oral surgeon in the same building.
And isn't it a lady that did your work?
Yes.
I
What's
see.
that mean? That's awfully
Robb.
sexist.
No, it's not. I'm just trying to remain true to the story. So the other is oral
But
surgery.
why did you bring it up? You just can't. That doesn't make any sense. Why did you bring that up?
Not in 2023.
All right, I withdraw
Are
the
you
remark.
saying no? You don't have to. Yeah, you have to explain it.
What?
You have to go further, Tucker. You have to explain the remark.
I'm accustomed to women being nurses, not doctors.
Oh my God!
Dear Lord.
Oh my God! What?
This
and
man
flight
does not
attendants
speak for us.
And teachers.
and waitresses.
Teachers. Yeah. Stay in your lane.
Rob, my God!
I hope everyone
is
knows
wrong
that
with you?
this is satire. I hope people know that.
Yeah, you got to be careful nowadays.
Yes.
You really do. I'm so sorry. What exactly is the nature of the pain? Is it that electric real dental pain, or is it a like infected like gum pain?
No, it's like the electric, that immediate shock when you like breathe in or drink anything or eat anything or just do anything at all.
Do you have a bad taste in your mouth? Can you taste infection?
No. No,
Well, that's
there's
good.
no infection. There's no like swelling or anything. It's just
Oh God, that is so gross. God, man.
Yeah, it's
Can
bad.
you taste infection?
Oh, I mean, have you ever had like a sinus infection and you know it because it tastes that way?
No, God, no. I've never been aware of that. I've been aware when I've been like hospitalized. That maybe I haven't brushed my teeth in a while, but no, tasting infection is about
Sure.
as disgusting.
You got to be aware of it, Mike. You got to know your body.
That is so gross. Oscar, you were going to say something.
Yeah, I picture
No,
Pony.
he's delayed again. He's got latency again.
Uh-huh.
God damn it.
I'll
Now I'm going
stop
to turn it. I'm not. It's not your. It's just the kid. Correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't your sister live in like a golden castle in the middle of Richville, California, and the speed? And they're medical professionals, so they probably have to have access to the computers at a fast speed to read MRIs and such like that. What in the name of Jumpin' Jehoshaphat is wrong with the connectivity in the City of Angels, for God's sake?
There was a remodel next door, and they are figuring that has a lot to do with this.
Wow, it can happen
Someone
with cable.
Yeah. While you're there, before you get out of there, ask your doctor relatives if they've ever tasted infection.
ew.
I bet they have.
So horrible. Because that's what you did, right? When you were all sick and stuff with your liver?
Well, no.
You tasted like liver juice. in
No,
your
I didn't.
mouth.
No, I said sinus infection. You can taste it when you have that going on in your
I'm
head.
going to throw up. That is, do you? You know what you need to? You need to get a primer or a course in gross, because you say things with bodily fluids that are so gross.
Yes.
When you talked about soft teeth, and then you talk about tasting infection, I literally had 2 protein bars 1.5 hours ago, and I feel like I'm going to yak them up right now.
I
listening
spoke
to
to
this.
my doctor about it. He says, of course you can taste it.
Oh, it's just snot.
Yeah, I know, but it's all in the cycle, man. It goes in your nose, it goes in your mouth. I came in with one.
God, stop!
Let me just finish this, Mike. Let me just finish, because otherwise it's incomplete.
God.
I went in and I said to the
should've gotten
doctor,
more. I only got one retch sound. This one. And I swear to God,
I went into the doctor. I said, I know I have a sinus infection because I can taste it. He says, yeah, you do, and I understand that. He said, wow, look at that. That's a good one. I've got someone shadowing me today. Let me bring them in to look at your sinus infection. And they did. It was like a textbook sinus infection, but I spotted it before he did. And why, Mike? The sense of taste. But not like,
swear to God.
there are five
listeners
senses.
away. This is driving people away.
There are people there that know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm sure they know, but there are more people that are going, I'm going to throw up and I got to go. I'm going to work. I swear to God. I swear it's close. This is the gross. I don't know what it is. There's something about the combination that's really bothering me.
Soft teeth bile is a tough combination.
Well, the soft teeth are better now.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I mean, is your dental work complete right now?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. I have to give a report that I had my little trip and I had a cleaning at my new dentist because the other guy retired. And I believe, no fuss, no muss.
Easy.
See you in 6 months. That's what I got. Nothing wrong. So I'm very proud of it.
I got see you in 10 days. Is that normal?
No, you did. See you in a half an hour at the emergency room. That's
that tasted different, though, when I got my teeth cleaned.
I'm the elder statesman here, and all is not well with my health, as my wife, every now and then, in fact, it's almost like she gives me a gift when I'm preparing for the show, because she'll say something, and I know she means it. And by the way, I'm at a new low weight, and I'm very proud of that, and I'm very happy with that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Anyone who saw you in New Orleans saw a man who has really lost a lot of weight. You look great.
But, I got a long way to go, because Carla points out to me that I was close to 20 pounds lighter when I met her for the first time, which was a very long time ago, almost 20 years ago.
And that was at career day, right?
That was at career day at the middle school. And I was in the broadcasting booth, and I said, with a body like that, you could go places.
You said,
No, it's terrible. Now I'm following you down an inappropriately gross lane on the show.
It wasn't it at the Manassas Raceway? And it was, she was in pit row, and you're like, I'm going to be singing the national anthem today, young lady.
That it's a lovely fantasy story, Oscar, but that's not necessarily true either. I've explained.
It wasn't bring your kid to work day, was it?
It was not bring your kid to work day. I'll just let you get them all out of your system. That's fine.
Your turn,
when Oscar
Oscar
says pit row, like the girl. I met Carla at the Indy 500. She was presenting the bottle of milk to the winner, and giving him a big tongue kiss right there in the winner's circle.
That was a pretty good leap, Oscar, to put her in pit row.
Carla,
it was Model UN. She was representing New England.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's exactly what it was. Yes, yeah. It was actually it was a youth and government no, I'm sorry. What am I doing? I did youth and government when I was in high school.
What country were you?
Stop it. Youth and government, like state government.
Oh, okay. Because Julia did a youth and government where she was a country. She had to represent that was Model UN.
I was given a title, and look, I'm just going to open myself up to it because it's true. I was the best debater. I was the best debater at youth and government. You might be surprised at that, but I was.
Did you master it?
Okay, thank you very much. There it is. Yeah. You got it right out of the way.
Were you for or against organized government?
I was, you know what I was for? One of the things as a liberal, which I was at the time, I was for the death penalty.
Really?
Ooh.
Yes, I believed it was a deterrent. Not the kind they give you for like a bag of weed in Singapore.
Right.
But for, really bad guys. But then, I thought about it. I don't know if I feel the same way with the amount of people that have been executed unjustly in America. I don't know whether I agree with that today like I used to. Anyway, getting back to Carla, I have to say, so today she says it's going to be hot out there. A news story comes on that today, I might have it in the news. If I do, let me see it if I've got it in the news. If I have it in the news, I'll low-key it. But it's something about the sun, that today, if you're out in the sun, and of course I live in Florida, every day is sunny down here. It's sunburns. This is the day, I think, with the confluence of the sun and the angle that you're most likely to get sunburned, so you have to be careful with that. So Carla says, you have to be careful. I said, what does that mean? I said, I've got a tan. She said, your arms. And I said, my arms? my arms are beautifully tanned, unlike yours. She said, no, they're not. And I wrote it down. She said, I have ugly tanned arms. She said, they're old and dark, not young and golden. That was her quote.
Wow.
That my arms are old and dark, not young and golden. I said, I put on your product and I slather it on my face. I do. I put it on before I come and do the show because it's so good, and I don't have any problems when I go out in the sun. And down here, there are always people hacking and picking things off people's faces,
Sure,
and sending them in for a biopsy. That's the way that rolls.
You don't need to send them in, Mike. You just need to taste them.
But I realized something. All right. Because I have shed a few pounds, and I'm fitting into different clothing, and I'm very happy about that, and I'm very excited. And I'll tell you a story later in the show, if I have time, about how I came to acquire this brand new hot pink and baby blue. This is like a birth announcement on a shirt, and I will tell you that. I'm feeling good about myself. And then she lays this ugly arm thing, and I realized suddenly I had the vision of these leathery people down here that have too much sun exposure. And I realized if there is anything that has that, and I got to turn it to the right angle, it's my head.
Now,
it's my head.
Did she ever know you when your arms were young and golden?
I never had young and golden. I'm Irish. I never had young. I have spots.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always had freckles and, blotchy Irish skin. The Irish are not meant to be out in the sun, You're
like a snow leopard.
It's very snow leopardy, and so it's frustrating. And I realized one thing. I could go not only lose the weight, but then tighten up, go back to the gym regularly, which I haven't been doing. I'm just watching what I eat and doing minor amounts of exercise, which involves hopping into a cart and swinging a club.
Sure.
That's it. I have to be honest with people, and I've been very diligent in what I put into my mouth. That's numero uno. And of course, the drugs. But anyway, when you consider, she will never be, I will never be the perfect guy. I will never, because the perfect guy in her mind would be 33, 32 years old, like off the pages of a magazine, with smooth, golden skin.
Do your arms match? Like, as far as, because a lot of
look great from here.
Yeah, they look fine.
Well,
They're not asymmetrical.
All right.
Well, one is yellow and one is
not. That's
not.
my Costco. This is my Costco microfiber towel.
Love it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Anyway, no, it's always something. Is the point I was trying to make. Mm-hmm. And I'm really on a high because yesterday, I can tell the story now. We have a few minutes. This is a quickie. Yesterday, you guys were down here and saw the collection, the 10-year, maybe longer collection of dead golf clubs that I have. Mm-hmm. Golf clubs, if you are a club junkie, and it borders on, I wouldn't say compulsive. There are guys a lot worse than me.
Sure.
But I have acquired and put to the side multifold numbers of golf clubs. And because Carla wanted to free up some space in here, because when you guys left, there was much work to be done. We still haven't finished nearly what we need to finish to feng shui this room and make it kind of a work area and do all that. And so job one for me yesterday. She said, get rid of all of those clubs. You're never going to, and she's right.
Yeah.
I've had the same golf clubs for a year. I've had the same putter for 2.5 years. I've had the same hybrids that I've played for maybe 4 years, and I've had the same driver for 2 years. So I mean, when I want something different, I don't need it. I'm fine.
Right.
And if I want it, I'll buy a new one. But I know that the big box store golf place is going to take a trade in.
Sure.
And I didn't realize until I was putting them all together that I had a ton of individual clubs. And I had 2 sets of irons. And 3 if you count the one that was missing a 6-iron, which they don't take, because they don't take an incomplete set. But I walk in and I say to the kid,
what happened to the 6-iron?
I think it was lost. I don't think I broke it.
Okay.
I wouldn't break it. No, I wouldn't break a 6-iron.
Okay.
I would break a wedge or I'd break a putter. I don't think I'd break a 6-iron. I might.
Just
But I
checking.
just don't
Facts.
think so unless I missed like 5 shots in a row with it.
Understood.
Then it
Did you
might
chuck it?
die. I don't think it just was gone.
Where's
Carla's
the 6
like
iron,
that.
sir? Checking the trees.
I've broken probably every club in the
Do you
bag
still
at
have
one
the?
point
Do you
or
still have the mounted broken club?
That's somewhere in storage
Okay,
where they
that's-
presented it to
yeah, I
me at
love
the old
that.
club I was
Yeah.
a member of,
Uh-huh.
where they had a split club, and I've done it all. I'm not. That's nothing to be proud of, kids. Don't you know?
It was a
anger
lovely.
shouldn't-
It was a lovely presentation. Is all I'm saying.
it was very kind of them. At the other club that I was a member, I've been to different places because I've traveled all over. They one guy took the time with a morning golf tournament. This is of going out on the 18th hole and right in front of the pond and putting a wreath up and a memorial plaque that was made out of paper, but it was a plaque that said, "Here lies Mike O'Mara's 3-wood. Please take a moment." And oh God, it was so. And the laughter. He waited 18 holes for me to do this just so he could get the laugh at my expense. That's what it was.
Golfers
Yeah.
are a very special breed with a very precise sense of humor.
So I went to the big box store and I say to the kid at the front, "You do take clubs for store credit, right? Because I play enough golf where I need the store credit." He said, "Oh, absolutely, yes."
Yes,
I
we
said,
do, sir.
"Thank you very much for coming in, Golf Galaxy, sir." And so the kid says, I said, "Can I get somebody to give me a hand with these? Because I know I got to take them all the way to the back." He says, "Yeah." And he asked his manager, and his manager's obviously stocking golf balls down on the floor. I don't even see him. I said, "This gentleman's bringing in some golf clubs. I was wondering if then here." "No, I don't have anybody. I'm waiting on them." And he goes out and gets my golf clubs. As we were approaching it's the club fitting counter where they replace golf shafts.
Sure.
It's in the very back of the place. As we are bringing these in, I see the guy, and I know within 20 feet, I know the guy that's going to be responsible for valuing these clubs. I know it because he has a look that is not any look even close to thank you or joy or hey, we have a windfall. It is pure dread.
Sure.
To the point where I get up, I said, "This must be the guy that's going to be doing this because he looks happy." And he wasn't happy, and I realized why. 1 hour and 15 minutes later, he gave me the total store credit that I get for trading all these clubs. Tons of wedges were the clear leader.
Yes.
I still can't hit a wedge. and it was a really cool total. But the guy, the systems they have at these box stores, he's got to scan it. Then he's got to type it in. Then he's got to get the valuation. Then he's got to do the computer printout for every single club and every single set of clubs. Then he's got to bring it up to the front. And then the guy up at the front has to get my account up, and he's got to scan every barcode and type in his code after every single
they
thing.
were
I was
loving
in
you.
there
They were
for an
loving
hour
you.
and a half, and I got, it was, what was the total? $11.
Hey, good for you.
It was really spectacular.
Sort of broke
It was,
even then.
It was
Worth it, though?
I had to pay a little district. Yes, Oscar.
Was it worth it? Like, worth the time?
Yeah, was it worth doing?
Was it worth doing? Absolutely, 100%. Because subtraction is better than addition. When your money is hemorrhaging, just like an open
Yeah, just
wound.
like they subtracted the value of those clubs.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. But look, I'm a symphony in pink today.
Yes.
That's the way I'm rolling. All right, we're going to stop down for a second here and see if we can fix Oscar's connection.
All right.
And then we will come right back. You, ladies and gentlemen, are listening to the fabulous and talented Mike O'Mara Show.
Dennis Murphy hung around Pondville Media and tried to break into broadcasting, but his natural speech proved to be a huge obstacle. Then one day, he would later tell his biographer, the voice of God told him to take diction lessons, and his whole life changed.
Hark! I hear the cannons roar. Is it the king approaching?
Hark! I hear the cannons roar. Is it the king approaching?
Dennis practiced faithfully for many months, and through diligence and perseverance, it was only a question of time before he emerged a major f***ing star.
Good evening, and cheers to you all out there. Welcome to Murphy's Musings. I'm Dennis Murphy. Our broadcast is sponsored this evening by the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Frightfully witty, uncensored content every week. Click the banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com and purchase a subscription so you never miss a minute of the fun.
Love you, Dennis. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Are you feeling burnt out from your day-to-day routine? Look no further than Dadgrass. It's the perfect afternoon reset. With Dadgrass, you can enjoy legal, organic, smokable hemp that relaxes your body and mellows your mind. Their 100% organic pre-rolled joints are very low in THC and high in CBD, so you can enjoy the effects while keeping a clear head. And if you prefer the toke without the smoke, Dadgrass also has CBD tinctures made with the same high-quality hemp. For those who want a delicious treat, try Dadgrass Gummies! They're the best on all the market. They're the best on the market. Or the best all on the market, or they're the best on the market, providing all the mellow goodness without any smoke required. All Dadgrass products leave you in a euphoric mood, so you'll be able to relax and unwind in no time. Do yourself a favor and snag 5 minutes for a Dadgrass toke break.
Yeah.
You deserve it, my friends. All Dadgrass products are federally legal for ages 18 and over, and it ships right to your door anywhere in the good old USA. Let me see. Dadgrass offering TMOS listeners 20% off your first order when you go to dadgrass.com/TMOS. Go to dadgrass.com/TMOS for 20% off your first order. Remember, man, that's dadgrass.com/TMOS. TMOS. Thank you.
From the four corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device, it's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
This is the homepage, and we start today with actor, singer, and activist Harry Belafonte. Died yesterday of congestive heart failure. If you're somebody my age, you remember as a kid, your mama and papa loved Harry Belafonte. My mom loved him. He was 96 years old. You know this, guys. This is Harry Belafonte, in case you were wondering. You turn that up, Rob, a little bit? Sonora.
Yep.
Harry was probably best known for Deo, the Banana Boat song, which got a second life in the 80s thanks to Beetlejuice. He was also one of the first non-white actors to achieve leading man status with movies like 1957's Island in the Sun. And he was just as well known for his activism, whether he was marching with Dr. Martin Luther King or working USA for Africa, which organized the single We Are the World.
His idea.
To raise money to combat famine. He was also longtime friends with another guy we lost recently, Sidney Poitier, who died last year. In the early 70s, they did two great movies together. Buck and the Preacher, great movie. If you've never seen it, go check it out. And Uptown Saturday Night, Safe Home to Harry Belafonte, iconic American star. Yes, Rob Spiewak.
Also an EGOT winner when he got his honorary Oscar, which is very rarefied air. And if you've never seen it, there's a documentary, I think it's on Peacock. He hosted The Tonight Show. He subbed for Johnny Carson for a week in 1968, which was absolutely unheard of to have an African-American hosting a talk show on network television. He spoke that week to Martin Luther King. He spoke to Robert F. Kennedy. It's an amazing piece of television history.
I absolutely didn't know that. And they have it. It's not lost in the archives?
No. This is a wonderful documentary. I wish I knew the name of it, but if you search Harry Belafonte, I think it's on Peacock, you'll learn something. And I don't know why it's not getting a bigger splash, because he's been such a part, an integral part of activism throughout all the years.
Yeah, the civil rights movement.
This was a huge thing. Because you think of America in 1968, and to put him on for a week on NBC, that's no small feat.
Very cool.
He shall be missed.
Very cool. Ryan Gosling, I saw the trailer for this movie. I don't know how I feel. Ryan Gosling didn't really see himself as Ken before he was cast in the Barbie movie, which I think is coming out in July, something like that. He says, quote, "If I'm being really honest, I doubted my Kenergy." All right. Maybe a studio,
of course they wrote that for him. Yeah.
Margot Robbie and Greta, I didn't see it. Greta is the director, I guess. I feel like they conjured this out of me somewhere. He added that one day he was just living his life, and the next day, quote, "I was bleaching my hair and shaving my legs and wearing bespoke neon outfits and rollerblading down Venice Beach." I don't know why it looks dumb. It looks dumb enough to be funny. That's Ken.
This is Oscar's favorite song ever.
Was it Aqua Lung?
Just Aqua.
Ryan Gosling says it came on like a fever, like a scarlet fever. Why is there fake tanner on my sheets? Why am I wearing jackets without shirts? What just happened? He's good promoting it, and it looks quirky and weird, but
Charlie will like it. There's a lot of color.
Kids will love it.
Yeah.
Charlie Bernie?
No, Charlie's doing stuff.
Charlie.
Bobby movie. Mary-Kate, this was all over the internet yesterday. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen once got fired from Full House by John Stamos. It was during the filming of the first episode when the girls were 11 months old. John and Dave Coulier were supposed to be changing Michelle Tanner, who was played by the twins.
Yeah.
But the girls wouldn't stop screaming. John says, quote, they wanted to be anywhere else but there, so did I. I couldn't deal with it, and I said, this is not going to work. So they got rid of him. Two redheaded twins were cast to replace them, but they didn't cut it either, in part because they weren't attractive. What, 11 months old?
Wow.
Come on, what are you talking about? John says, quote, I'm sure their parents loved them and thought they were attractive. It was only a few days, and I said, bring the Olsens back. These other kids are terrible. So who knows? I mean, it's a weird story.
Wow, well, I'm
Can
glad John
babies be
Stamos.
ugly at that age?
Well, no, they were cute kids.
Well, I think all parents do perceive their kids. I've seen babies. We've all seen babies where you're going, my God. What's that? That baby looks like Don Rickles.
Yeah.
What's the problem here,
Robert had big shoes to fill following Julia. I will not say I was disappointed. I'm just saying it's good he turned out well.
They were both beautiful babies.
Julia was
both
staggering.
Beautiful. Yeah, she was a gorgeous little kid. I mean, absolutely the whole way. Here's the fact I was telling you about during the beginning of the show. Late April and early May, the worst time of year for sunburn. You don't want to get those old man gray-black arms.
Gray-black?
You want them golden tan, like a 28-year-old.
Like Ken.
Well, anyway, this is when you're supposed to most likely get burned. The angle of the sun is about the same as it is in late August. But since it's not as hot, we're less likely to cover up or use sunblock. That's why I walk around my backyard completely naked in April.
Yes, and engorged.
All the time. It's one reason May is Skin Cancer Awareness Month. I haven't been to my dermatologist in over a year, so I have to check in.
Mike, I'm afraid your dermatologist has passed away.
I'm so sorry. The American Academy of Dermatology posted a list of the top skin cancer risk factors, so keep these in mind. Red hair. Anyone?
No.
Blonde hair. Skin that burns easily.
Yes.
Using tanning beds a lot. Having a weaker than average immune system. Rob.
Yes.
And working outside or playing outside in my case. Or having a history of excessive sun exposure. The skin cancer comes from sometimes when you were a little kid and you got really badly burned a lot as a little kid. Here are the things you can do to lower your risk. They're all obvious. Find some shade. Opt for a wide-brimmed hat and wear sunblock that's 30 SPF or higher.
What I did that the doctor said made a huge difference for me is I stopped rubbing cigarettes on my arms.
That was just a self-mutilation thing that you did.
How's that?
It was tough. Excuse me. God damn. Yeah.
God, lung cancer there.
How the meds going? All right. Anyway, let me hit the other thing. Thank you very much. Next time someone cuts you off in traffic, blame their parents.
Oh.
Listen to this carefully. A poll found people who didn't follow the rules of the road are much more likely to have parents who don't either. If you are a bad driver, or people say you are a bad driver, you probably developed those bad driving trends from your parents. We inherit it, like speeding. The top good habit that gets passed down is always using turn signals.
Well, that's nice.
Do you always use turn signals?
Always.
Do you really?
Always.
Yes.
I guess I'm the outlier. Mom!
I was going to say, how was your dad as a driver?
My dad was a good driver.
Leadfoot?
My mom was a good driver. My dad was liked to go at a decent clip. He liked speed, and he especially loved this old Ford we had when I was a kid growing up, and it matched the state trooper unmarked cars they had in Connecticut, and Dad loved it. Dad loved it, pulling up and back at people. He was the original, officer impersonator. It was fantastic.
I did
I'm surprised he didn't carry a badge.
Remember, I had the old chief of police car from Gaithersburg for a while.
They'd respect that car, too, right?
Nobody got in my way.
Yeah,
Nobody.
very, very cool. I love this. And now it's time for a little something. A little close to Mother's Day to be ripping on moms, but these people don't care, apparently. A survey on dating.com found overbearing moms have a real talent for sabotaging their kids' relationships. 2/3 of people say they've dated someone whose mom had a negative impact on their relationship. Over half of those people claim it was the main reason they stopped dating them. Here are a few quick stats on moms and dating. 78% of single people say being overly close with your mom is a deal breaker. It just depends on how you define overly close. Here's the second thing. 48% say a partner's mother has tried to pull strings and intervene in a relationship at least once. 62% think that being a mama's boy suggests a guy is less likely to help with chores like laundry and dishes. And number 4, the worst mama's boy traits are not being independent enough and not being able to make decisions. With all that said, congratulations to Oscar and Shannon for powering through, ladies and gentlemen. They have powered through. In all seriousness, I don't believe any of our moms, although they were involved, would be defined as totally overbearing.
No.
Your mom's demanding, but she's not overbearing on your relationship.
No, she's great.
We got good moms.
She's
right.
And not good drivers.
Exactly. And the only person I wanted to say that I left out of this story was Pony Boy. We got to take a break. We'll come back with more right after this, everybody.
Hey humans, it's me, Winslow, Mike's Boston Terrier. Do you know I'm smart? In fact, I'm wicked smart. I even watch
Can't
TV.
hear that, Rob.
I like movies like The Departed. My theory on feds is that they're like mushrooms. Feed them and keep them in the dark. Woof. Sometimes I eat too. That's relatable. Good Will Hunting is another one that I like. Do you like apples? Well, I got a number. How do you like them apples? That's funny. Ted is funny too. You, Thunder, you can suck my... You can't get me, Thunder, because you're just God's fat. That scene made me howl. Literally. But the bonus show's even funnier. Buy the TMOS bonus show at michaelmaryshow.com. If you buy a lot of them, I get a greenie and a Blu-ray player. See ya. Gotta visit the fire hydrant. Johnny on the spot.
I was talking to Oscar the other day, and he was saying, I'm really looking forward to getting back to D.C. It's just my comfort zone. I like my house. I like going out to be able to see my mom occasionally. But what I'm most looking forward to is getting back to my electric e-bike.
Electric.
Experience the joy of outdoor adventures with fast, fun, and foldable electric e-bikes. Take advantage of the Ready Set Spring Sale, and you can enjoy financing options as low as $73 per month. Electric e-bikes are perfect for anyone, whether you're going on a quick store trip or a longer adventure. These bikes are packed with features such as a powerful removable battery, bright LCD display, 7-speed gearing, and 5 levels of pedal assist. Plus, riding an e-bike can help lower your gas costs and reduce your carbon footprint. Join Oscar and other happy riders in town and say goodbye to parking fees. Don't miss out on the freedom of riding an electric e-bike this spring. Start your next adventure with Electric E-Bike's Ready, Set, Spring Sale. Visit electricebikes.com to learn more and explore the new Expedition Cargo e-bike and all of the other epic models. That's LECTRIC. ebikes.com, people. Welcome back to the show. Whoa. I want to talk about Generation Z for a moment, if we can, because Generation Z is a generation that I have not heard enough about. I've heard a lot about millennials. Millennials get more press than anything. We, the baby boomers, or as I refer to them, the children of the greatest generation, we have our issues. They're all down here whining and complaining, just like me. And Generation Z, can you first lay it out? What is Generation Z, Rob?
Generation Z is the current generation, the youngest generation that has adults in it. They were born 97 to 2013.
My daughter Elizabeth would be Generation
now,
Z.
I'm right in the middle of Generation X. Mike, I think you're technically on the tail end of the boomers, right?
Absolutely. I'm a boomer when they all came back from World War II.
And Oscar's on the tail end of Generation
X. Okay. Is Pony a Gen Xer? Are you a Gen Xer too, Pony?
No, I'm just squeaked in to the millennials.
Well, no surprise there. I know we're picking on you today, but it's fun.
It is fun.
How's your mouth?
It hurts.
Sorry.
Oh, I feel bad now. Right before the show, I gave him a box of dots.
He hit me in the mouth.
Dots.
MF and dots.
MF and dots, Mike. A recent survey of 1,300 managers has determined that Generation Z are a really bad generation to work with. Now, to be fair,
I thought millennials were the worst.
Well, it says Z is the one that's hard because millennials a lot of them aren't of working age yet. And Generation Z, a lot of times, went through the pandemic and then started working during the pandemic or right after.
Okay.
This is an amazing, amazing statistic. It says that 65% of employers said they have to fire them more often. 65%.
Do you have any Zers working for you at Podville, Oscar?
We have. Not anymore.
Wow, so you're part of the 65%.
Are there any Generation Z?
No, I'm teasing. I'm teasing. Look. Let me just 2 seconds. We've had people come through that are younger and fit this demographic.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're not used to working in an office at times, and you try to coach them up, and you give them a little grace, but sometimes it doesn't work out. So we've had people that have come and gone. Do I subscribe to this? Somewhat. I think anybody that's ever worked with a younger generation, you don't see eye to eye, but not everybody falls into this category.
No, but still, the fact remains this survey reveals, Mike, that 1 in 8 of those surveyed have let a Gen Zer go less than 1 week after hire.
Okay.
1
so
in 8.
So what they're saying effectively is that Gen Z worse than the millennials. And I thought the millennials were the entitled people that didn't want to do anything they didn't want to do.
I think that they're more exposed to Generation Z because Generation Z being a little older, they're more in the workforce. So they're seeing more of them. 37% of managers also said they have a lack of effort and they have issues of entitlement on issues with new hires. They are entitled and they lack motivation. So that's where, and I wonder if it's because they sort of came to employment age during the pandemic.
I don't know what it is, but I do know that this is my perspective, and I know mine is far away from Generation Z,
right.
But I can only imagine that the feeling that I remember when I was that age, that things, material possessions specifically, seemed unreachable, but to a point. Where I'm like, once I get into the workforce, we had a kid in high school that got a job at like 18. He was early 18 in his senior year, and he got a job at the local VW, Langen VW down in Glastonbury, Connecticut. And the kid was making bank. And he was able to go out and get himself a really cool sports car because he was making bank. And I remember saying, it's reachable, man.
Yeah.
It's reachable. If you get into the workforce, you get a decent job, you can get yourself some stuff. That doesn't exist anymore. You can't get a job at like a McDonald's or a box store and hope to get a game system for your computer. Yes, Oscar.
I disagree, but respectfully, and I see where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Gen Zers have more of an opportunity now to make a living, use their skill set that they've learned to work online and deliver goods and products around the world.
That's not what I'm talking about, though.
Yes.
I'm talking about the point I'm making is the cost with inflation right now, at this moment, this snapshot, the cost of things is, I'm watching it in real time, slowly crawling out of that. I know that it's easier to probably make your own fun, but my kid's a great example. You know what he wants to be, Oscar? He wants to be an online gamer. Yeah. That's what he wants to do. Agreed. I don't know how realistic that is, but getting back to you, I didn't let you finish your point. Go ahead.
Yeah. So this past week, I was with my nephew, and he's in high school. He's 17, and you see, so he's what? I don't even know if he's Z. What is he?
He's a millennial then.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how it breaks down, but yeah. So millennial.
No, that would be Z, Rob.
Yeah, Z. Yeah. Z.
Okay, well, just on the edge. Okay, yeah, because 2012 is the cutoff. Forgive me. I'm sorry. Yeah. So yeah, he's a Z.
That was awkward. Yes.
Yeah. Sorry
Okay.
about that.
It's okay. So, Generation Z. Some of his friends have jobs. One of his other friends has an M4 BMW that he paid for himself because he does a ton of online work for people. And you sit here and you're like, people are making the most of their opportunities. And Mike, we had to work at a hardware store, or we had to work at McDonald's, or we had to work as a lifeguard.
What's he doing online to get him a $75,000 to $80,000 sports
He's
car?
OnlyFans.
He's building websites. He's building websites.
You can't improve on that. We're going to take a break.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. OnlyFans. Come here and take a break. He's like, what, web designing? Is that what it is?
Well, Web 3.0, like the virtual reality type of website.
Wow.
Yeah, it's incredible. Well, more power to him, or in my case, F him. That's it. We got to take a break, and we'll come back with a business offer for me.
Woo!
It's a picture of Carla from Vegas or New Orleans.
Yeah, next to Dirk.
The thing about it is he's got that big Dirk energy.
Big Dirk energy. Yes.
That was good.
The Mike O'Mara Show podcast is chock full of laughs and stories. Every episode improves your mood, lifts your spirits, and gives you more male vitality. But for maximum impact, you have to subscribe to the TMOS bonus show. Only then can you get Big Dirk energy.
Get hard for your money back.
It's P1 Hall of Famer Dirk Vastrick. Big Dirk energy is a real thing. I've been listening for almost 12 years, and the TMOS bonus show always puts a smile on my face, a spring in my step, and let's just say there haven't been any complaints in the bedroom.
Yeah!
Subscribe to the TMOS bonus show today and get Big Dirk energy. Click the banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
It's electric. Boogie, boogie, boogie.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Are you tired of your cherished memories gathering dust in your closet? Well, Legacy Box will let you digitize all your analog media with ease and safety. This Mother's Day, give the perfect gift to your mom or grandma and connect with your family's history. With Legacy Box, you can hear your grandma's voice again. Simply send in your Legacy Box filled with old VHS tapes, camcorder tapes, and pictures. Their team professionally digitizes everything by hand in the USA and sends it back to you on a thumb drive or the cloud. Along with your originals, Legacy Box is the easiest and safest way to preserve your cherished memories. It's like magic. Spend quality time with your loved ones and cherish your memories forever. Thanks to Legacy Box, I get to look at my mom and dad, and it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. I can enjoy that whenever I want.
Yeah.
Rob spends time with Big Daddy. It's the best.
So cool.
For a limited time, go to legacybox.com/TMOS for the best Mother's Day sale ever. Buy today to take advantage of 60% off Legacy Box and just send it in when you're ready. Go to legacybox.com/TMOS, and we thank you in advance. All right, if you listened to yesterday's show, you might be aware of the fact that I was talking about this big table that I have. Let's pan out again, and I'll show you the big table that I have here. Hold on, there it is. I'll pan down a little bit so you can see it. Let's see the edge of it. There it is.
Yeah.
Welcome to my dinner party, Dracula with the black table. Welcome to my dinner party. So I think that
Mike, you don't look like a
cool.
Dracula. You don't look like a Dracula. You look like a captain of industry.
Well, I mean, just the table's big, and then all the way out in Los Angeles. I don't know how Oscar finds all the time to, work for the LA Times, take care of everything out there, see the sights of the city, and field business opportunities for me. But Oscar's the first one that will tell you that, I'm willing to listen to anything when it comes to the American dollar.
This is true.
I truly am. And Oscar said, apparently there is interest in this broadcast table. Please tell me more, Oscar.
Mike, a listener reached out to me directly on Facebook Messenger, rolled into my DMs. That how it all comes together, I don't know. I just saw pop-up said, I want to buy Mike's table. And I looked at the subject, and I dove into the message, and I said, sir, it's in Fort Myers, Florida. How are you looking to transport? And he said, well, I'm going to visit my family in Fort Myers, and I would like to see if I could look at the table and possibly meet Mike, and I can decide then if I want to buy the table. And I wrote, sir, this is not a meet and greet. This is a furniture transaction.
Well, it is a transaction. How did he respond to that?
And he
First of all,
he wrote, I understand that this sounds creepy, but I figure Mike can tell me more about the table because he's probably used it the most. I said, Mike, just the most he's ever used the table is it's lightly used. It's brand new.
I love the fact that Mike is going to have some insight to using a table. It's a table.
The table is run by Duracell batteries. No. All right. Does this give us a good look here? All right. There you go, sir.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
We're looking at. Give the specs, Oscar.
Yeah.
Go
It's
ahead.
60. It's got your traditional height, 30 inches, to the tabletop. It's 60 inches across.
Yeah, 60-inch diameter. Yeah.
Extremely easy to break down and put together.
Two pieces.
You screw on the tabletop and
Correct.
you unscrew it, and then the tabletop, I should tell you, is heavy, very heavy.
Yes.
The base is not. So that's the transportation. And for anybody in listener land, we would. I'll let Oscar, negotiate the price for this. I will make myself available, and if you decide that you want this table, reach out because that'd be great. I can make I don't want to go hot. Let me get back to where we were here. I don't want to go. Hawking it and doing that thing if I don't have to. I'd rather not. And, this is the type of thing where I say I want to get rid of it, or Carla says it, and then it stays for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, it's a brand new table, right? So I think the value is
new.
now, and it's celebrity owned.
I'm willing to put my John Hancock on it.
Now, would you sign it in silver so it shows up nice?
Yes, I will sign it in silver. Send me the silver Sharpie. Send me a
How's
pen. That for a millennial? Send me the Sharpie. I can't find one at Walmart. Like that. So, do you think the guy was sincere, Oscar?
He did. He said he asked me if he can't meet you because look, I'm trying to protect you as well.
Sure, I understand, but I'm not. Look.
I'd like to meet Mike and see if the table is strong enough to hold all of my guns.
You got to realize we just did a live show and went out into the mosh pit. We're not worried about. Oh, and by the way, I didn't even tell you this.
Yeah.
So a few listeners got COVID, right?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Dirk got COVID, right?
I heard that, and I heard
and then a couple other ones. So I'm sitting there. This is last week. I'm sitting in the easy chair. I think it was after Wednesday, and I'm going. Oh man, I got a sore throat. This does not feel good. And I took a test. And I was negative, but right before I decided to take the test, Carla says, well, did you hear a lot of your listeners got COVID out in New Orleans? I don't know. I said, Carla, what's a lot? Define a lot. And she said, well, I don't really know the number. But is it true, Rob? You're connected. It's the Robb mob.
I heard two. I heard that.
Okay, so that's not everybody.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
Well, what else did you hear?
It was Dirk and Jim Amato.
Okay. Oh, real. Oh, no wonder he doesn't want to rat out his buddy. That's why he doesn't want to talk. So Jim Amato brought disease into the entire, and Dirk Vastrick brought
took
horrible,
it back,
fatal disease,
or took it back. I don't know if they brought it, but they certainly brought it back. Yeah.
Wow.
You know what's great?
What
is I in my TSA security line, I have TSA pre and clear, and I was walking towards the security, the metal detector, and Jim Amato reached out and shook my hand and said, "Great show! I can't wait to connect."
Did he know that he was sick at that point?
I don't know, but I got the heebie-jeebies just now hearing that story.
It's the days. It's enough days of.
Yeah, well, no, I'm fine. I've actually taken a handful of COVID tests just because of all the travel.
Yeah.
But it was so funny because I was like, Jim Amato. The most inopportune times to connect with me, where he's like, "We have to talk," and he leans right into you. And he's like, "We have to talk."
Oh, we had the close talkers.
Yeah,
because it's crowded and everybody's talking. It's
and
loud.
I didn't mind. I just thought it was funny that he was the last listener I saw before I flew out of New Orleans. And now I hear the news.
Was he in TSA pre-check or was he just?
I didn't know Amato had it. Jesus Christ, Rob! Wow.
Yeah.
He was sweating. I just thought he was tired.
What?
Did you commiserate? Didn't you you were in close contact with him all week, weren't you?
Who, me?
With Amato?
No, I saw him maybe once at the show. That's it.
You didn't see him out at, where'd you go? Who'd you bump into when you were out at the Bangers?
At the Bangers, he was not at when we did the big, when there was a lot of people at Deja Vu.
Okay.
And he was not there.
Right.
And he didn't show up to Pat O'Brien's. I saw photos of him at other places.
Oh, okay.
I saw him at the show, but our paths didn't cross.
I don't even know if did I say hi to him after the show? I'm not even sure if I bumped into him. But I sure did close talking with everybody. So I freaked out when Carla told me that.
Yeah.
Because I said, oh, no, this is what way would you get it, right? It's a super spreader event.
Yeah,
it's not. It's everybody coagulated together. And yes, go ahead, Oscar.
Nothing sells a live show, especially COVID, like this conversation.
Well, I think we're going to do. We'll do something. I commit to it. We'll do something in 2024. Very likely, and I don't mind telling people in advance, we haven't made any decisions yet, but it is most likely, be aware of this, and I want people to know it's most likely going to be a fall event again in 2024. That's our comfort zone. Mm-hmm. We feel like we do better at that time of year. But
when you say fall, you mean the time of year, not what people will do at the event.
Well, that could happen too, or yours truly could do that.
I mean, we're all.
If I'm working on equipment, I might take a bad fall.
Day by day.
Getting back to the commerce part of this, I don't know how to say it, but I would entertain some offers for this this table. I think it's a reasonable price for the table. To be honest with you,
$2,000. Yes,
it's a very reasonable price, and I don't need to get full retail, or do I, Oscar? You tell me.
Well, you want to anchor high, Mike.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
What you
Anchor high. Yeah. Anchor high.
And also, if you feel the need that you need to speak to Mike before you buy the table, we will be expecting a deposit.
Yeah. The consideration is
now. Listen. See, when you do that, you're driving people away. I don't want to say that. I will be more than happy to be here. Hopefully, when you're going to pick the thing up, if you come to pick the thing up, that guy. If he wants to do that.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I've shown the table now. I've shown it 3 different times. I think you get a good look. It's all black. It's got a pedestal under it. Let me do one more
and Oscar
little shot here.
You have the link. You can send him the specs via the internet, of course.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, if he wants to come over and pick it up.
What is it 30, a little past 30 days that he's had that table? Maybe.
Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe.
Maybe 40 days at most.
A good little tour of the studio here.
And nights.
All right, 40 days and nights. All right.
Well, it's biblical.
Am I doing a good job with this?
Yeah. You could fit a lot of loaves of bread on that thing.
You could. Absolutely. And some wine.
Yeah. You could be it could be a good workbench if you wanted to.
Oh, Mike.
You could display collectibles.
No, it's a matte table. You don't want to workbench that beautiful veneer on there.
All right. Yeah, it'd be a great dining room table if you had the room for it.
It really would. It's got a nice modern look to it.
Right.
You couple that with some chairs.
I don't know. You could put some hardware between the pedestal and the tabletop and make it into a giant lazy Susan. There we go.
I had never thought of that, but that is hilarious.
Not put a lazy Susan on it, but
the one at Peking Gourmet.
Yeah, but you're not saying put a lazy Susan. You're saying turn the table into an actually spinning table.
Yeah. You definitely put a great lazy Susan on top of here.
Fantastic.
Mom, pass the short ribs. Yum, yum, yum.
Zoom.
Yeah,
so
that'll be
true.
fantastic. All right, well,
So
good luck.
true.
Yes, the Amera Furniture Retailer is open for business.
Hit me up.
Yeah, come on by.
Slip into his DMs.
Bidding war.
And decide to buy the table, you get a nice note from me. Thank you. We'll take a break, and we will come back with Flip Side right here. And then Oscar's going to fly back to Washington. We got to hustle. Let's go. Go. Chop, chop. Here we go. Come on.
Mrs. Z wants candy.
Shannon.
Thanks, Pete.
I like to snack.
Well, we should
Get her candy for the flight, Oscar.
loves candy.
Airheads, if they're sour, Sour Patch. The watermelon flavored ones,
Sweet tarts.
Nerds, Black Licorice.
Shannon.
Good and Plenty, chocolate.
A Hershey bar. Peanut butter cup.
The
Mary
watermelon.
Jane's.
Bitter honey. I ate all of my favorite candies.
Don't worry, Peach. You can stock up on all your favorites through the Mike O'Mara Shopping Center. Click the banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Are you feeling the heat here in Florida? Downright hot, but Liquid IV has got me covered with just one step. I'll tell you what. You buy this table, I will throw in a case, sealed case of brand new Liquid IV as well. Last you the whole summer. You will never be thirsty. Liquid IV has got me covered. Just one stick, I get 5 essential vitamins and 2 times faster hydration than water alone, people. It's perfect to use first thing in the morning before a workout, when you feel run down, after a long night out, or on long flights. Liquid IV is made with premium ingredients. Excuse me. It's non-GMO, and it's free from gluten, dairy, and soy. If you are a flavor lover, I love flavor. Who doesn't like a little flavor in their life, right? They're great flavors. Lemon, Concord grape, sea berry, and strawberry. How you doing, Rob? I'm sea berry. I have a new Liquid IV flavor, sea berry.
Would you like to buy a table?
I don't, Rob. Liquid IV isn't just good for you, it's also good for the world. They have donated over 39 million servings to over 50 countries, making it the perfect way to start your day, while also making a positive impact on the world. Be like me, drink Liquid IV. Grab your Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code TMOS at checkout. That's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration at liquidiv.com. And remember, use the TMOS code at liquidiv.com to get your wonderful discount.
The flip side.
We sure have come a long way, Mike, haven't we?
Oh, absolutely.
And I was joking earlier about Pony's female doctor, but that's nothing to joke about. That was satire. It is today.
Or was it?
Or was it?
No, stop.
Today is Administrative Professionals Day. And, of course, back in the day, it was called something else. It was called Secretary's Day, which is a bit diminishing of the title, but it doesn't mean we can't play a classic jingle.
It's time to salute our Secretary of the Day on San Francisco's KNBR.
I only get to run it once a year, the Secretary of the Day jingle.
The Mike O'Mara Show, TMOS.
So I went into to YouTube to find out where are we at now with the administrative professionals. I found some current documentaries that'll let you know where we're at with that title.
The clerical field is particularly important to women. Women hold 70% of the jobs.
Take a good look at your career choices. That's what Patty McGrath did after 4 years of college. As secretary, you need to be the best you can be. So Patty worked harder, and now she types 110 words per minute.
Janet keeps her hands in condition for typing with finger gymnastics. She can keep it up all day if she has to.
See, Mike, we've come a long way.
Oh, man, I tell you, we used to practice finger gymnastics at American University. That's a very long time ago.
Did you know Patty McGrath?
No, she graduated 2 years before me.
Mike, if you want Taylor Swift tickets, you are probably out of luck. They are hard to get.
Sad. What a bummer.
So in New Orleans, a pizza place said if you give them the owner said if you give them a pair of Taylor Swift tickets, they'll give you free pizza for a year. And
okay, you got to work that out. Free pizza for a year can be a windfall.
It can.
If they don't have any stipulations. If you get all the pizza you want for a year, you can have a pizza party every week.
30 pizzas every day. But this guy sounds like you could
make pizza on this table if you really were
you'd have to flour it. You definitely have to flour it.
It's just all the room. You have a pizza party and make pizza with all your friends.
Imagine you could make a 60-inch pizza using the table as a template.
You could make an Uncle Buck style pancake on it.
Exactly. But this guy sounds a little down in the mouth and disappointed. I don't know why he didn't get his tickets.
Me and my wife are big fans and we'd love to go. And I don't see a way to get them. They're too expensive and too hard to get. We'd do at least a year full of free pizza for 2 Swifticks. I was hoping maybe Taylor would find out. She was in town and she didn't stop by. I was hoping maybe she'd come by for a pizza.
Duh.
He sounds motivated, doesn't he?
Well, you know what? If you listen to that several times, what you'll realize is the sort of subtext there is that his wife made him do it.
Yeah.
Well, listen again.
He's not all in.
Listen to this
Me
guy.
and my wife are big fans and we'd love to go. And I don't see a way to get them. They're too expensive and too hard to get. We'd do at least a year full of free pizza for 2 Swifticks. I was hoping maybe Taylor would find out. She was in town and she didn't stop by. I was hoping maybe she'd come by for a pizza.
Meanwhile, in the background, the wife is going, "I just a year of pizza for the tickets." Go, I don't want to do a year worth of pizza.
I don't like the guy. What do you think, Christian?
That's what that is, man. I'm telling you.
Okay. This weekend on HBO Max or whatever they're calling it this week, they're debuting a documentary about David Bowie that looks pretty fascinating because it has access to his entire back catalog, and he was a saver. There's a lot of music, a lot of audio, a lot of video. How about him in 1999 coming off as almost like a mind reader?
I don't think we've even seen the tip of the iceberg. I think the potential of what the internet is going to do to society, both good and bad, is unimaginable. I think we're actually on the cusp of something exhilarating and terrifying. The actual context and the state of content is going to be so different to anything that we can really envisage at the moment, where the interplay between the user and the provider will be so in simpatico, it's going to crush our ideas of what mediums are all about.
That was almost 25 years ago.
Yeah, and he's right. And
he is
and
exactly right.
Yeah, that's why his music holds up. He had he had that ear for what's going to be, what's going to have long legs. And he worked with Bing Crosby on that Christmas song.
Yeah, and some of them really fine.
Some of them really fine.
Let's close with this, Mike. Good news if you're in New Jersey. The world's oldest volunteer firefighter works in New Jersey. He's 108.
I'm still driving. Everybody crazy. I like to have a sense of humor. It's good. If you're nasty and angry, you ain't going nowhere. And I said, when I grow up, I'm going to be a fireman. So I became a fireman. I drink Ovaltine every day.
The reason they keep him around the firehouse, Mike, is he was around when fire was invented.
Fire.
So he understands.
The wheel, all those wonderful things. That's it. We got to get out of here. Oscar, have a safe flight back from Los Angeles.
See you tomorrow, buddy.
We will be back with a brand new episode tomorrow. For Rob Spiewak, Pony, get that tooth fixed, okay?
You bet.
You bet. Absolutely. Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana, Michael Barrett saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out The Mike O'Mara Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Do you like a porno?
There's a force in the universe that makes things happen. And all you have to do is get in touch with it. Stop thinking. Let things happen. Be the moment.
Mike is very, very, very attractive.